G'day guys and gal, Warhammer 40k's chockers with mysteries and secrets. Some have eventually been answered, some have been partially revealed, and others remain a head scratcher. Nothing in 40k, and I mean nothing, is more mysterious than the fallen angel Cypher, a legendary warrior that's almost impossible to catch with extremely difficult to discern motives. One moment he's trolling some dark angels, and then the next he's saving the Imperium. Dude makes the Alpha Legion look like Ultramarines. It's hard to keep up with this guy, but I'll do my best because that's my fucking job. Before we get started, Warhammer fans aren't exactly runway models, but that doesn't mean we have to be ugly. Skincare is a huge part of looking good. It reduces redness, puffiness, acne, dark circles under the eyes, and wrinkles. The big issue though with us blokes is that we don't know where to start, what to use, or how to use it. That's where geology comes in. Geology realizes that men, especially Warhammer men, are useless with this kind of shit, so it makes it easy as hell. You just fill out a quick survey about your skin, then bam! A custom regime is sent to your door with instructions on how to use it. I used to blow hundreds of dollars a month going to those bougie skincare brands, but now I'm paying a fraction of that with much better results. I'm not kidding, this stuff works. Just look at what Magnet Man had to say. I agree, I get bad dark circles and this genuinely clears it up. So to get in on the clean, sexy skin fun and save up to 50% off your first package, which comes with 5 items, then use my link below. And if you're really into it, then feel free to join the Geology Discord, where they host giveaways and give further skincare tips. Cheers to Geology for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over the mystery of Cypher, trying to determine his identity and motives through looking at his various actions and interactions with the other characters. Let's get into it. The modern day Cypher is an alleged OG member of the Dark Angels, a legion known for its secrecy to an extreme degree, like stupidly secret. The only other legion that can top them in mystery is the Alpha Legion, but that's mostly because even the Alpha Legion don't know what the fuck they are doing or who they're fighting half the time. Cypher is the mystery in a mysterious legion. It doesn't help that Cypher isn't even his real name, but an alias that he got when he was chosen as the designated mysterious dude. As such, he really almost could be anyone. However, I have some strong contenders that I'll discuss later in this video. A lot of the Dark Angels' mystery actually comes from their shame. See, when Luther was banished back to the Dark Angel homeworld of Caliban for almost letting the Lion get nuked, he got bitter and kind of fell to chaos, bringing thousands of Dark Angels along with him. He didn't tell them it was chaos though. He told them instead that the Lion had betrayed the Emperor, hence the Dark Angels under his command thought they were the Loyalists and were mostly free of chaotic taint. So when they started attacking the Lion and his Dark Angels, it was the greatest misunderstanding in the history of Warhammer. A misunderstanding that resulted in Caliban exploding, the Lion going into a coma, and a warp storm swallowing up most of the Dark Angels that followed Luther against the Lion. These Dark Angels would be called the Fallen, as they began to re-emerge in the galaxy after getting randomly spat out of the warp storm at different locations and eras. Some were spat out a few years later, some 10,000 years later, and others are yet to pop out. Either way, the Dark Angels have made it their #1 priority to capture these fallen angels, torture the ever-living shit out of them until they repent their sins, before then blowing their brains out. They do this because they are so ashamed that a large chunk of their legion went traitor, and they believe that if the galaxy discovered the Fallen's existence, then all descendants of the Lion would be declared a renegade by the Imperium. This is obviously really fucking stupid. A number of Loyalist legions had traitor issues during the Horus Heresy, like half the White Scars went traitor until Jagadai sorted them out. On top of that, Ultramarines, Imperial Fists, and more fall to chaos on the daily, and the Imperium just kinda cops it as the reality of the situation. It's actually kinda frustrating as a Dark Angels fan. They will often abandon war zones mid-battle if they catch a whiff of fallen panties, dooming numerous allies on multiple occasions. The Chapter Master Azrael also nearly killed Gilliman when Gilliman came to say hi because he was scared that Gilliman knew about the Fallen. It's really stupid and embarrassing. Anyways, Cypher seemingly escaped the warp storm and took the Lion's greatsword with him, having it permanently attached to his back. From there, he's been traveling the galaxy, not necessarily causing havoc, but being a magnet for it, mostly because the Dark Angels get too excited wherever he is spotted and they make a big show of things. His first sightings were on potential Dark Angel recruitment worlds, where he seemingly sabotaged and caused problems for the Dark Angels. However, he could have been trying to counter the influence of the Alpha Legion. After all, they suffered very little casualties during the Horus Heresy and were known to have a fucking massive legion, so it makes sense that the large chunk of them who genuinely became traitors would launch huge operations against the wounded Loyalist legions. A few other incidences occurred that made Cypher look pretty bad. However, when the old Dark Angel chapter master Aloken was killed by orcs, Cypher prevents the orcs from looting his corpse and taking holy Dark Angel relics. Cypher would go on to do random shit that would either help or hinder the Imperium. He would often assassinate targets, assume their identity, have a bit of fun, then run away. Often these targets weren't even Astartes. How did he manage that? After all, an old planetary governor suddenly becoming 8 feet tall and built like a truck would be a bit sus. I'll get into that soon. Cypher would go from ruse to ruse and manipulate pretty much everyone. Even the Alpha Legion found themselves to be his bitch on occasion. Whenever they tried to get revenge on him for manipulating them, he would manipulate the Dark Angels to come kill some of them. He was completely unloyal to anyone, but it should be noted that he never really directly attacked or engaged a Loyalist chapter. Sure, he would cause a ruckus that would see Loyalist Astartes fighting and dying, but it was rare for him to just straight up attack them unprovoked. The acts of war he committed against the Imperium always seemed to have a counterance effect, rousing Imperial defenders and giving them motivation to fight. He even helped keep the Fallen a secret, viciously killing anyone, including Inquisitors, who seemed to have figured out why the Dark Angels were so sus. The biggest Cypher moment in recent lore was when Guilliman was captured by the forces of Titsnich on his way to Terra after his resurrection. Cypher was one of the key characters who rescued Guilliman, with his one condition being that he gets to have an audience with the Emperor. G-Man agrees because he doesn't really have a choice, and the two of them do get to Terra. Cypher is like, cool, I just saved you, now I can speak to the Emperor. And G-Man is like, fuck no dude, and has him arrested. Cypher then easily breaks out like he always does. It's literally impossible to keep this guy in jail for more than 10 minutes. Cypher aiding Guilliman's kind of a big deal. To do so, he basically forsook multiple Chaos alliances and assets in order to help Guilliman, and it's confirmed that without Guilliman's resurrection, the Imperium would have fallen, with the God Emperor dying, so Cypher straight up saved the Imperium. This begs the question, why? Why does he stick his neck out for the good guys? Why does he help and hinder the Imperium in chaos? Is he just a meme lord that likes to take the piss, or is there another motive here? To answer this, we need to figure out who the fuck Cypher actually is, which fortunately I have a pretty good idea. Let's look at all the known Cyphers that there's been, because remember, it's a title, not a name. The first one was a normal mortal man who advised the Lion and Luther before the Emperor arrived. He was dead before Astartes became a thing on Caliban, so it isn't him. The second Cypher was one of Luther's advisors, who did become an Astartes. There was also a rumor that he was the last living knight of Lupus, who were an order of Calibanite knights who wanted to fuck the Chaos monsters on their world instead of genociding them. However, this is refuted by the fact that this Cypher hated Chaos and was an ally of the Watchers in the Dark. The Watchers being these Jawa-looking cosmic entities that like hanging around the Dark Angels. Regardless, this second Cypher was killed by Zaharial el-Zuras, who then took on the mantle. There is some pretty solid evidence pointing towards Zaharial being the current modern-day Cypher. Firstly, he was a powerful Chaos sorcerer, which would explain his uncanny ability to escape any situation. He was also one of the Fallen, which Cypher is. On top of that, he was known to not side with only one faction. He chose to be a traitor, but did not join up with any of the traitor legions. However, I'm not convinced. The Cypher we know and love doesn't really use warp powers or sorcery as far as I'm aware. He dual wields pistols like a boss. On top of that, Zaharial was pretty chaosy. He drank that Kool-Aid, whereas the Cypher we know exploits and uses chaos as a tool, but seems pretty free from its taint. Another big giveaway that Zaharial probably isn't Cypher is the fact that he fucking hates the Lion. After all, he believes the Lion betrayed him, and to be fair, the Lion also killed his cousin in a fit of rage. If he had hated the Lion so much, why does he carry and protect his sword? Why does he go out of his way to protect chapter relics from being defiled by Xenos or even Chaos? Why does he avoid direct conflict with the Dark Angels, and why did he save the Imperium from Chaos? Also, Luther low-key says that Zaharial was killed during the fall of Caliban. So no, I don't believe that Zaharial is Cypher. I believe another man took on the mysterious title in order to keep his own identity a secret. A man who is a master of manipulation, stealth, and assuming the identity of others. A man we know is alive, but hasn't been seen in 10,000 years despite his influence and power. That's right, I strongly believe that Cypher is actually Omegon. Omegon being one of the two Primarchs of the Alpha Legion. This isn't a unique or special Majorkill theory. Quite a few others believe it as well, and allow me to show you some evidence. Firstly, Cypher is a beast in combat. No one can land a hit on him and he fights like a demon, well beyond what an Astartes should be capable of. This is all the while he is carrying a heavy-ass sword on his back. Amegon and ArhPriest were also the smallest Primarchs, able to easily blend in with Space Marines due to their smaller size, as well as their unique Primarch power that, you guessed it, allows them to change how others perceive them. ArhPriest infiltrated nearly every single legion as a pretend Space Marine under the Emperor's orders. He found the Dark Angels to be the most interesting and difficult to infiltrate. Amegon would have the same abilities and would have learnt this from ArhPriest. On top of this, Amegon was known to be the ultimate fence-sitter in terms of allegiance. He worked against his brother ArhPriest, who chose to be a traitor during the Horus Heresy, so that the Alpha Legion would have a neutral impact on the outcome of the war, meaning that neither the Imperium nor the traitors would achieve a decisive victory. In terms of gear, he has some top tier shit, Primarch level, including a Catan phase knife which is extremely strong. Coincidentally, or not coincidentally, Amegon's old Xenospear is likely of Necron origin and probably includes Catan phase technology. Since ArhPriest took the spear when the brothers swapped places, it's likely Amegon would have wanted to continue using something similar to his old weapon. As to why he is carrying the Lion Sword and wants to speak with the Emperor, there's a good chance that the Lion's coma is due to part of his soul being fucked or maybe fragmented. I would bet that his sword contains the fragments or necessary part to wake him up. As such, Amegon trusts no one else in the galaxy except himself to guard the Lion's soul, until such a time that the Lion needs to be awoken. The Lion is in a coma because he would be too destructive and ruthless as the leader of the Imperium. However, if times get desperate enough, he would make a legendary savior. Amegon likely wanted to have an audience with the Emperor, his father, to receive guidance about what he should do and if he should wake up the Lion. After all, Amegon has spent 10,000 years manipulating and deceiving the Dark Angels, the Alpha Legion, and the Chaos Gods themselves. He would be fucking exhausted and likely lacking a clear goal. This is all just the theory, of course, but just like the Primarchs are warp gods in mortal form theory, I will literally fucking fight GW if they try to disprove this. After all, there is literally no one else who could provide a satisfactory Cypher identity reveal other than Amegon. If it is Zaharial, that would just be lame, considering there was no special setup and the character would be acting weird. But for Amegon, there is a clear and fun setup. Shout out to Oleg Rybarkuk on Reddit, who was able to compile most of the evidence for Cypher's identity being Amegon. It always helps frame a theory when you have a bigger nerd than yourself providing the facts. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Battle Mace 40 million tits. Fuck yeah. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button for more Cypher content. Join the Discord for more memes and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.